Wow, the first big snowfall of the season always comes as a little bit of a shock. You're looking live at our cameras all over West Michigan, where the News Channel 3 team is out and about.
Beginning in the top left, you see Kalamazoo, then Allegan, Battle Creek, and finally South Haven, where people have been getting the brunt of this lake effect snow tonight. Well, thank you so much for joining us on News Channel 3 Live at 6. We begin with News Channel 3's Ava Ray.
She's live in Van Buren County tonight. And Ava, you've been driving around most of the day. What do folks need to know?
Yeah, Andy, I'm standing just off of the I-94 freeway, and the snow is coming down hard, similar to what we saw at 5, but I would say colder. Now, crews are warning people that the roads are slick, so you got to drive safe, go slow, be patient, and give drivers some extra space. The first snowflakes of the season means one thing. Winter driving is back. And road crews say it's time to shake off those summer habits behind the wheel.
Yeah, I just feel like everyone just goes too fast. That's about it for me. I think they do a good job at getting 94 good as fast as they can anyway.
Van Buren County Road Commission Director Greg Brooks says one of the biggest risks, tailgating snowplows, and a new state law now requires drivers to stay farther away.
Give them some extra distance. They're stopping, they're doing intersections. You're never real sure which way they're going. Sometimes it's hard to see their blinkers. But there's actually a new law in Michigan. You're supposed to be 200 feet behind the plow, which is a lot farther than most people think it is.
Crews say plows also kick up salt, slush, and even rocks that can make it harder to see and damage your car. Another reminder, state law requires you to clear all the snow from your car before you drive, because flying snow or ice are dangerous to other drivers and to yourself. Now, even though you may be in a rush, it's important to note to scrape off snow from your windshield, top of your car, and your lights to ensure we're keeping our roadways safe. Live in Van Buren County, Ava Ray, News Channel 3.
It is a good reminder, Ava. Thanks. Our team coverage continues now with a live look from another photographer of ours on US 131. That's in the Constantine area. You can see the roads are wet. They got that snow sort of flying in your face, in your headlights there. So pay attention on the roads. We'll keep an eye on all of our road conditions heading into tonight. And Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson also joining us now.
Well, it's been a bit active,
yeah,
right? I mean, if we're going to start winter, let's start it off with a bang. And we certainly have here. We're not just talking about a little dusting of snow. It's really been coming down. In fact, this is the best visibility that we've seen out of South Haven here for a few hours. You can actually now see the end of the pier, the lighthouse, and in the distance, you can actually see some clearing. But obviously, if you look in the lights there, those street lights, you can see the snow is not only coming down pretty hard, but it's also blowing around quite a bit. Here's the view now in Vicksburg, which also got a fresh coating. 5 inches of snow reported in Vicksburg, thanks to the village of Vicksburg for the shot here from the water tower. Visibility still way down in South Haven. It's down in Cass County as well. And that's where the snow guns are pointed right now with that big band of dark blue that you see from South Haven right through to Wajack and then stretching into northwest Indiana. And if you think it snowed here a lot, which it has in some spots, it's really been pounding away there at the folks in northwest Indiana, up to 14 inches of snow. Right now, it feels like 21 in Kalamazoo, 14 in Coldwater. So that's another part of the story. Really cold. Here's the winter weather advisory that we have for the counties shaded in purple. Notice this is largely west of US 131, the usual snowbelt suspects there. That goes through early tomorrow morning, where there could be another 2 to 5 inches of snow. Coming behind the snow, how about a warm-up later in the week? That's in the 7-day report I'll have for you just a bit. Andy?
All right, Keith, thank you. The roads were not great because of the snow. And in fact, we had at least one accident. This one on westbound 94 at Portage Road in the morning. It involved a semi. 94 was shut down briefly because of the crash, but has now reopened. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Additional details of the crash are, as of right now, unknown. Also, a lot of power outages are being resolved. There were a few in Ottawa County this morning. Those have mostly been cleared. You can look for outages on your own as well. Just head to the Consumers Energy Outage Map. New at 6 tonight, a man will spend more than a decade in prison after his daughter lost an eye after accidentally shooting herself with an unsecured gun. The man's name is Michael Tolbert. He is the first person in Michigan to be charged under the state's safe storage law. That shooting happened in February of last year. Tolbert's 4-year-old daughter accidentally shot herself in the face and has since required multiple brain surgeries. Tolbert was given a sentence of more than 8 years plus an additional 2 years for a felony firearms charge. Courtney Flint of our affiliate in Flint has more on this story tonight. We'll have that on News Channel 3 at 10 and 11.
Okay, you said you've been drinking.
Yes.
At dinner. How many drinks would you say?
Three.
Or what kind of drinks?
Gin and tonics.
Gin and tonics. Okay, sir.
She gonna be all right?
Yep. She's gonna be all right. Just have a seat.
18 months probation and no jail time. Comstock Township's former deputy fire chief was sentenced today for a drunk driving crash this summer.
And Michael Dyer was arrested after hitting 11-year-old Lachey Parker with his truck there. The young victim's family was not at all happy with the sentence he got today. Our Princess Johnny Steverson has more.
After the judge said there would be no jail time due to the fact that this was Michael Dyer's first offense, the family didn't like that. They actually walked right out of the courtroom. I was able to catch up with Lachey Parker's grandmother, who tells me that she feels as though no one listened to her granddaughter's pain. And in her personal opinion, Dyer should be behind bars anywhere from 10 and 20 years to give him ample time to think about his poor decision to drink and drive.
So if you just want to place your hands behind your back. All right.
On the night of June 22nd, former Deputy Fire Chief Michael Dyer was arrested for operating while intoxicated and causing serious injury to 11-year-old Lachey Parker.
So you're being placed on arrest for driving while intoxicated, okay?
Yep.
According to Michigan State Police, it is a crime for a driver to have a bodily alcohol content of 0.08 or greater.
Would you mind doing some field sobriety tests for me?
Dude, I'm not gonna pass them. But yeah, I'll go.
Keep going. All right, good.
Dyer's breathalyzer test showed a BAC nearly double that at 0.155. Now for Lachey, she was seen limping into the courtroom Monday with her mom. The two eventually cracking a smile that would turn to frustration after finding out Dyer would be sentenced to 18 months probation, no jail time.
It ended up in this really terrible circumstance where a little girl now, has to deal with significant injuries, and her family had to deal with that.
The family said off camera the ruling was unfair. On his probation, Dyer will have continuous alcohol monitoring and must attend regular Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. It's something his defense attorney says he is already doing.
AA log of upwards to 50 meetings that Mr. Dyer has attended beginning this summer.
Dyer chose not to address the court, but his lawyer says Dyer's been sober for 90 days and hopes to find better ways of coping. He says he had turned to drinking after his wife died, and although the family disagrees with the punishment, it is one that was agreed upon in September after Dyer pleaded no contest with an understanding he wouldn't go to jail. Dyer was 1 year away from getting his pension after serving 39 years with the Comstock Fire Department. Now, at a later date, there will be a restitution hearing for Dyer after the prosecution suggested that he owes a little more than $29,000 in damages, though his defense attorney says there is a pending civil claim, which means that that amount may be incorrect. Reporting in Kalamazoo, Princess Johnny Steverson, News Channel 3.
All right, Princess, thank you. A memorial procession will be held this week to honor Ostrimo firefighter Charlie Sullivan. Sullivan died this last week in a motorcycle crash in Kalamazoo. The Ostrimo Township Fire Department is inviting the community to stand along the procession route. That'll be this coming Wednesday, beginning at 11 a.m. at the Kalamazoo First Assembly of God Church. It will end at Fieldstone Grill. We've got more details about this procession on our website. That's WWMT.com.
Right now, Oakland County officials are looking for a missing 17-year-old from Rochester Hills. This is what she looks like, and they believe she's in West Michigan. Officials say Janella Nicholas, a senior at Rochester Community Schools, did not come home from school on Friday. She was last seen getting off the school bus around 3 p.m. Detectives believe that she got into an older model Jeep Cherokee with an unknown person and left. She was last seen wearing a light-colored hooded sweatshirt. Anyone with information is asked to call the Oakland County Sheriff's Office right away. A man is arrested following a drug investigation in Kalamazoo. The Kalamazoo Valley enforcement team executed a search warrant last Tuesday on Wells Place. A 27-year-old suspect was contacted while in a car and was arrested without incident. KVET says they found various controlled substances on him and more in his home, including heroin, fentanyl, and crack cocaine. They also found a loaded gun, which the suspect cannot legally possess because he's a convicted felon. He now faces multiple felony charges.
It is is day 41 of the federal government shutdown, but finally it appears there could be an end in sight. The latest moves from lawmakers on Capitol Hill, including when the next vote to reopen the government will happen.
And the iconic Kalamazoo Promise program celebrates 20 years. We hear from 2 KPS students on how free college tuition changed their lives.
We're looking live right now at Battle Creek. Some snow on the ground there in this cereal city. How much is left and what's coming up for the rest of the week? I'll have the answers just ahead.